fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today with kind of a combo video, I guess. I wanted to show you the finish of my mini dazzles kit, that the 50s diner food that I got from Diamond Art Club. But also, somebody had mentioned in a comment that they had never really seen a comparison between Diamond Art Club and PaintGem, and that got me thinking. So I'm going to kind of talk about comparisons between the two after I talk about how I felt about this kit. This is the Mini Dazzles kit. Diamond Art Club has, as of filming, 8 different versions of kits that you can get. They all come with 6 little canvases, and you get, as far as I can tell, all kinds of specialty drills. This particular kit, there are 2 ABs, 1 crystal drill, or iridescent as Diamond Art Club calls them, and the rest are every single one of the other ones, so 20 fairy dust drills. The drills, as always, Diamond Art Club, really good quality. Everything fits together really well. No real gapping or anything to speak of. The ABs were nice. I don't love the crystal drills, but that's just more a matter of my personal preference. I just don't think they look good. I think I would have been happier if they had just been either fairy dust like everything else, or if they had been ABs rather than the crystals. But again, personal preference. I do like the ABs. You can especially see that here in the little French fry box, the AB and fairy dust, but I do think they make it look really cool. I don't know if you can see it better, but these darker lines are the ABs and then interspersed with all the fairy dust, and everything is fairy dust. I don't actually know if I like everything being fairy dust. I like the fairy dust drills and I like the way they look. I just don't know if they're appropriate to throw into everything. But it was fun to work with them, and I had lots of leftovers, so I'm going to have plenty of fairy dust drills that I can save and use in other projects. Now, I will say I had more trash than I was expecting for these tiny little kits. So it's not much, it's just more than I was expecting. And this particular one, the 3371, was super trashy. It was used to outline the taco, the chicken leg here, and the pizza. It was in some of the others as well, but not for outline, and it just was really trashy compared to all the other drills. I actually thought it was kind of funny how many crystals I have left over. The crystals really only got used in the hamburger and hot dog, so lots of drills left over, which is nice. And like I said, lots of the fairy dust drills left over, so I can do that. Overall, a good experience for me. I don't know if I would buy any more of them though. I might, but we'll see. There are some drawbacks, and that's where I wanted to talk about kind of the difference between PaintGem and Diamond Art Club. This is the only Mini Dazzles kit that I've done from Diamond Art Club. Like I said, as of filming, they have 8 different options. Most of them are sold out. So in looking at PaintGem, PaintGem has 51 different kinds of kits. So certainly they have more variety than Diamond Art Club. And I've done 4 PaintGem sets. I did the museum, I did the rainbow, I did the doggos, and I did the ocean animals. They're packed away, so I couldn't get them out to compare, but looking through my notes, and I'll throw some pictures on the screen so you can see which kits I'm talking about for PaintGem. But PaintGem does have more variety. I will say, however, Diamond Art Club has way better drills. The PaintGem drills can be kind of trashy. The darker colors like blacks and the dark browns and everything just tend to be trashier. Like I said, 3371 was trashy even for Diamond Art Club, but they just, at least when I did the PaintGems, unless they've changed, which is entirely possible, the gems I just feel like are trashier than, not as good quality than Diamond Art Club's. Also, I think the fact that Diamond Art Club gives you all the fairy dust and specialty drills is probably a draw towards purchasing these kits as well. In addition, these sets are cheaper. Diamond Art Club's Mini Dazzles are only $18 per kit. However, you only get 6. So that means they're roughly $3 a piece. PaintGem, you get way more in a pack. Most of their packs, now the museum pack that I did only had 10 canvases in it, but that's still for more than 6. So Most of their kits come with 12. There are a few that come with 16. I'm pretty sure the ocean animals, the rainbow, and the doggos that I did came with 16. I know the rainbow one did, and I think the other two did as well. But most of them come with 12. Now, PaintGems are more expensive. They are roughly $40. So if you divide that by an average of 12, like I said, some kits have less, some have more, so it just depends. It comes out to $3.30 per canvas. So you do get more in a pack. It is a little bit more expensive. However, I usually only buy the PaintGems when they're on sale. So if you can catch them when they're having a sale or when you can get a discount code, that makes it even cheaper. Now, you can use a discount code with Diamond Art Club as well. They usually have at least one code that you can get some sort of percentage off every time you buy, so you can make it cheaper that way as well. So for me, the price is kind of the same. Diamond Art Club looks a lot cheaper, but I think you get less as far as number of kits goes. The other thing that was different for me, PaintGems, I love how PaintGems are packaged. I think they did a really good job in developing their packaging. It all comes in one box. All the drills are together, so you don't have to separate them out per canvas. And the way that they come packaged, I just think is neat and compact. That's one of my biggest dislikes for the Diamond Art Club kits, is that each canvas has its drills individually packaged. It's the same 23 drills that I used in each one. Not all 23 got used in every canvas, obviously, but all 23 appear at some point in these 6 canvases. So for me, having them individually packaged was just a pain. Now, I get that people might purchase these and want to give them to kids or hand them out at schools or diamond painting parties or whatever to introduce people to the craft, and having everything separated is nice. I understand that. But for me personally, it's just a lot of extra plastic that I don't appreciate. So for me personally, I just prefer the way that PaintGem packages theirs because it comes all together. I understand the use case for the way Diamond Art Club does it. It just is not a personal preference. The sizes are also a little bit different. So PaintGem says that theirs are 6 by 9 centimeters, where Diamond Art Club said 10.2 by 15.2. So these are basically 4 by 6 is how they're cut inches. PaintGems are a little bit smaller. They are 2.3 by 3.6. Some may be a little bit larger, some may be a little bit smaller. It depends on the kit. I have only done the 4 PaintGems, like I said. The PaintGems are all white, and as you can see here, these all have a frame around them of color, which makes them a little bit more fancy. However, my thing with it is they're not cut evenly. Like on the hamburger here, you can see this edge of the mat is smaller than this edge. So if I went to frame it, it's going to look off center because the frame is not cut evenly. Same here with the chicken. This side is less than this side. So hot dog is the same way. Now I could trim them down if I wanted to, but then that makes them not fit in the 4 by 6 frames the way they should. And I kind of feel like just these random colors, like I don't personally have any green in my house, so if I wanted to frame them, green would not have been a choice for a mat for me. So I think I prefer the PaintGem way of just leaving it all white. That way you can trim it up the way that you need to. It's not going to look off center because they didn't get cut exactly right. And it just, I feel like leaving it all white gives you a little bit more freedom to mount it or frame it however you want. Now, for me personally, I'm not going to frame these. These are just going to go in a portfolio, so it's not a huge deal to me. But if I was going to frame them, then I would want to be able to have control over the color of the matting, and I certainly would want them to be even so it would look good once they were in the frame. The other thing that I wanted to mention was Diamond Art Club, symbols great, no confusion. There was one weird thing. So on one particular, well, I guess it was 2 symbols. So for the most part, like this one is meant to be oriented portrait rather than landscape. So all the symbols should have been as if that's how it was oriented. But on these 2 symbols, the symbols while they're clear, there's no other down arrow in here and there's no other equal sign. Sometimes the equal sign appeared horizontal like this, but then sometimes it appeared on the canvas like this. So that was a bit weird. Not confusing, just weird. I will say PaintGem symbols, there are a couple of kits, I want to say on I think it was the dog one that I did, but it might have been the museum one. One of them I know, the symbols were very, very close together. Like it was a green background with a black symbol on top, and the symbols were close enough that it was really hard to tell them apart. And in looking at some of the reviews for PaintGem, other people have said the same things about some other kits. So that might be something to keep in mind as well. So just some things to think about. I think these are cool. I'm happy to see Diamond Art Club doing something like this because I do think there is a place in the market for these mini kits. These are really good for when you're traveling because they're very small and they don't take up a lot of room. I can see the appeal of having the separate packaging if you're traveling for that reason, to just get out the drills. Oh, I'm going to work on this one, so I just need the drills for this particular kit. I would never do that. Even if I was traveling, I would still kit them up somehow. So just like I said, personally for me, I don't like having them packaged that way, but I get it. Having all of these extra drills was fun. So now I've got all these extra fairy dust drills that I can put towards other projects, which is cool. That's a bonus. I think they're a good value for the money. Again, some things that I don't like about them, but they're personal preference. Some of the things that I mentioned, the framing and the separate packaging, may not bother anyone else, but just my 2 cents. I don't know if I'll buy any more of these from either PaintGem or Diamond Art Club. Like I said, they're really good for traveling, but I have other projects that I want to be working on, so I don't know. I guess I'll find out when we actually hit the road if I'm going to have something like this that I want to work on. PaintGem has a lot of options. They have a doors kit that I would love to do. They have a Zodiac kit. They just have a lot more options. They even have one, I think they have 2 different mystery kits. So just a lot more variety. However, Diamond Art Club is always coming out with new stuff, so it probably won't be too long before they have close to as many options as PaintGem. So I will stick links to this kit down below, as well as a link to the PaintGem store, so you can check them both out. I will say I've never bought a PaintGem kit that I didn't get a discount or a sale price on, because I do think they're a little pricey for what you get. I enjoyed thoroughly all of the kits that I did, and it was nice to just have something kind of little like this that you could work on and say that's a finish. This particular one from Diamond Art Club, I finished all 6 of these in less than 3 hours. So it doesn't take long at all. And if you're just looking for some little, like I sat down and finished all 6 of them in one sitting. If you're just looking for something that you can do, like I said, while you're traveling, I've diamond painted on an airplane before with my paint gems. So if you wanted something like this that you could just stow in your bag and pull out on a long plane ride, a long bus ride, a long car ride, whatever you're doing, or maybe you're stuck in the airport and you have a layover and you want something to do. It's really easy to just get something this small out and put it on your lap and have something to occupy your time, your hands, your brain for an hour or so. And you have these cute little things when you're done. So there you go, guys. That's my 2 cents on kind of how I felt about the Diamond Art Club mini dazzles versus the PaintGem ones. And I'll have to wait and see. So far, Diamond Art Club hasn't come out with any other of the mini dazzles that I'm interested in buying, but like I said, I assume they're going to continually add to the ones that they have out there. They have been branching out into a lot of other kind of diamond painting territory lately, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And in the meantime, like I said, I've got a ton of fairy dust drills left over that I am definitely going to save and put with my AB drills so that I can pull them out and add a little fancy to whatever project I happen to be working on. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.